Have you ever wondered why the royal snake is so named? Is it because of its regal demeanor or something more? One might think that it's the creature's majestic bearing or perhaps its striking appearance that lends it its royal title. However, the truth is both more intriguing and less obvious. The royal snake, also commonly known as the ball python, is a creature of many surprises. Its name, for instance, is a story in itself that weaves together history, culture, and the unique biology of this remarkable reptile. Over the course of this video, we'll delve into the reasons behind its royal moniker and explore some of the unique characteristics that make the royal snake a favorite among reptile enthusiasts. From its fascinating feeding habits to its specific habitat needs, the royal snake is a creature that never ceases to amaze. So, stay tuned to uncover the mystery behind the royal snake's name and its fascinating traits. The royal snake, also known as the ball python, isn't just a pretty face. It's unique in many ways. To start, let's delve into its physical attributes. The royal snake typically measures between 3 and 5 feet in length. It's a rather moderate size for a snake, making it manageable for many pet owners. Its name, ball python, comes from its unique defensive behavior. When threatened, it coils into a tight ball, tucking its head in the middle. This compact size and behavior make it a fascinating spectacle in the world of reptiles. Now, let's talk about its visual appeal. The royal snake is known for its diverse and exquisite color patterns. Its skin is typically dark with light or gold patterns. These patterns can vary greatly, resulting in different morphs. Some might say it's like having a living, breathing work of art right in your home. One of the most interesting aspects of the royal snake is its lifespan. With proper care, these snakes can live up to 30 years. That's right, 30! This longevity makes them a long-term commitment and a companion that will stick around for a significant portion of your life. But what truly sets the royal snake apart is its temperament. Unlike many other snake species, the royal snake is known for its docile and non-aggressive nature. It's generally calm and easy to handle, which is why it's often the snake of choice for beginners and reptile enthusiasts alike. However, the royal snake isn't just a popular choice because it's easy to manage. It's also a creature of immense beauty and uniqueness. Its rich array of patterns, its distinctive defensive behavior, and its long lifespan all contribute to its royal status. And there you have it. The royal snake is indeed truly royal in its own unique ways. Every king and queen needs a castle, so what kind of habitat does a royal snake prefer? The royal snake, more commonly known as the ball python, hails from the grasslands of West and Central Africa. This means they're accustomed to a warm and moderately humid environment. To replicate this in captivity, it's crucial to maintain an ambient temperature between 75 and 80 degrees Fahrenheit during the day and no lower than 70 degrees at night. A basking spot with a temperature around 90 degrees is also a must for these cold-blooded royals. Humidity is another vital aspect of the royal snake's habitat. Ideally, the enclosure should maintain a humidity level of 50 to 60%. During shedding periods, this can be increased to help facilitate the process. Too little humidity can lead to issues with shedding, whereas too much can encourage the growth of bacteria and fungi. A fine balance must be struck. Lighting is less of a concern for royal snakes. They don't require special UVB lighting like some reptiles do. However, they do appreciate a regular day-night cycle, so a simple light that can be turned off at night will suffice. Now let's talk about the royal residence, the enclosure. Glass terrariums are popular due to their easy availability and convenience, but they can often fall short in maintaining the right temperature and humidity. Instead, consider a PVC or plastic enclosure which holds heat and humidity better. The enclosure should be large enough for the snake to fully stretch out, but not so large that it feels exposed and insecure. Inside this enclosure, your royal snake will appreciate some hiding spots, a water bowl large enough for it to soak in, and some form of substrate like aspen shavings or newspaper for it to burrow in. By creating a suitable habitat, you can make your royal snake feel right at home. Remember, a happy and healthy royal snake is one that is comfortable in its surroundings. After all, every king and queen deserves a castle fit for royalty. Feeding a royal snake isn't as challenging as you might think, but what exactly does their royal diet consist of? Royal snakes, also known as ball pythons, are carnivorous by nature. They have a hearty appetite for small mammals, primarily rodents. In the wild, they would typically feast on a variety of rodents, birds, and even other reptiles. However, in captivity, their diet is more streamlined. Usually, they are fed pre-killed or frozen-thawed mice or rats. The size of the prey should be proportionate to the width of the snake's body at its widest point. How often should these regal reptiles be fed, you ask? Well, frequency of feeding depends on the snake's age and size. Juvenile royal snakes growing and exploring their world need to eat more often, once every 5 to 7 days. As they mature, feeding can be reduced to once every 7 to 10 days. Now let's address common feeding issues. Royal snakes are known for their finicky eating habits. They can often refuse food for various reasons, such as stress, change in environment, or even the change of seasons. It's important to note that a royal snake can go a significant length of time without eating, so a skipped meal or two is not cause for alarm. However, an extended refusal of food warrants a visit to a reptile vet. Another common issue is regurgitation, which can occur if the snake is handled too soon after eating or if the prey is too large. It's best to leave your snake alone for a day or two after feeding to allow for proper digestion. Lastly, always remember to provide fresh water for your royal snake. They may not drink often, but when they do, the water should be clean and fresh. In summary, feeding a royal snake involves providing the right type and size of prey, understanding the feeding frequency based on their age and size, and being aware of common feeding issues. And that's how to keep your royal snake satisfied at mealtimes. Keeping a royal snake healthy requires some knowledge and attention, but don't worry, we've got you covered. When it comes to royal snake health, there are several common issues to be aware of. Firstly, respiratory infections can plague these regal reptiles. Indicators of such an infection might include wheezing, a runny nose, or a loss of appetite. To prevent this, ensure the snake's environment maintains the right temperature and humidity levels and keep it clean to avoid bacterial buildup. Secondly, royal snakes can suffer from mites. These tiny external parasites can cause significant discomfort and stress for your snake. If you notice your snake soaking more than usual or see small dark specks on its skin or in its enclosure, mites may be the culprit. Using a reptile-safe mite spray and regularly cleaning the enclosure can help keep these pests at bay. Another common issue is shedding problems. If your snake is having trouble shedding its skin in one complete piece, it might be dehydrated. Increasing the humidity in the enclosure during shedding periods can help. Providing a moist hide or a place where your snake can retreat to aid in shedding can also be beneficial. Now let's talk about signs of a healthy snake. A healthy royal snake has clear, bright eyes with no cloudiness or discharge. Its scales should be smooth and glossy, without any roughness or discoloration. The snake should be alert and responsive to its surroundings, and it should have a strong, even body condition, neither too thin or too fat. Regular, well-formed bowel movements are another good sign, and when it comes to eating, your royal snake should have a hearty appetite. Any changes in these areas can be an early warning sign of health issues. Lastly, it's always worth mentioning that regular veterinary checkups are a key part of maintaining your royal snake's health. A qualified reptile vet can spot potential problems early and provide valuable advice on care and prevention. With the right care and attention, your royal snake can live a long and healthy life. So, are you ready to welcome a royal snake into your life? After delving into the fascinating world of these regal reptiles, we've learnt about their unique characteristics, their captivating patterns, the distinctive heat-sensitive pits, and their relatively docile nature, making them suitable companions for reptile admirers. We've also discussed their habitat needs. Remember, a warm, humid environment is key for their well-being. We touched on their dietary requirements, focusing on the importance of a balanced diet primarily consisting of rodents. And let's not forget the health considerations, including regular vet checkups and preventative measures against common diseases. Above all, let's emphasize that owning a royal snake is not a decision to be taken lightly. These creatures demand respect, understanding, and a commitment to their care. They are not mere accessories, but living beings with needs and temperaments of their own. Remember, the royal snake isn't just a pet, it's a commitment. But with the right care, it can be a rewarding one.